We remember Lucy Ricardo as a symbol of spontaneous, reckless disaster, a woman constantly losing physical control on our television screens. But the woman appearing overwhelmed on camera was actually an intensely prepared, demanding, and technically precise professional. How did a performer famous for losing control engineer a television empire through absolute discipline? Understanding Lucille Ball's true legacy requires separating the chaotic on-screen fiction from the meticulous architect who built the modern television industry. Her career began with modeling and harsh rejections from drama teachers who insisted she lacked talent. She spent years grinding through the lower tiers of the Hollywood studio system, eventually earning the restrictive title Queen of the B-movies. Navigating major studios like RKO forced her to absorb the physical craft of comedy and the harsh operational realities of the business. In 1940, she met a young Cuban band leader named Desi Arnaz on a movie set, forming the pivotal partnership that altered her career trajectory. These years of unrecognized studio work functioned as the rigorous training ground that forged her intense work ethic for a medium that didn't quite exist yet. When CBS asked her to adapt her successful radio sitcom for television, Ball leveraged her popularity to demand that her real-life husband be cast as her co-star, despite deep network reluctance. Creating I Love Lucy required a specific alignment of talent, from Arnaz's business sense to the cinematography of Carl Freund and the precision of the show's writing team. To ensure high quality, Ball and Arnaz negotiated a $1,000 a week pay cut in exchange for shooting the show on 35mm film instead of cheap kinescope. This diagram shows the trade. The couple covered the extensive filming costs by retaining 80. This specific financial risk birthed Desilu Productions and birthed the multi-billion-dollar market for rerun syndication. By prioritizing asset ownership over a higher weekly salary, Ball shifted the industry's power from the networks directly to the creators. On set, her physical comedy relied on exact timing, rigorous rehearsal, and total facial control to make the chaos look spontaneous. When she became pregnant in 1952, she pushed another boundary, demanding her real-life condition be written directly into the show's storyline. The network initially opposed the idea, refusing to allow the word pregnant on air, and requiring script approval from 3 different members of the clergy. Ball chose to work within these strict mid-century limitations, accepting the network's rules to ensure the baby show episodes successfully reached millions of viewers. Her genius was in calculating exactly how far she could bend the rigid television system of the 50s without actually breaking it. By the late 50s, Desilu had grown from a small family shop into a massive production hub, eventually housing shows like Star Trek and Mission Impossible. In 1962, recently divorced and adjusting to a new era, Ball bought out Arnaz's remaining interest in the company. With that buyout, she became the first woman to preside over a major Hollywood studio. This blueprint illustrates her reality. While Lucy Ricardo was begging for an allowance, Lucille Ball was managing 33 soundstages and 3 separate studio lots. This executive takeover definitively shattered the public's image of her as a subservient housewife. She successfully adjusted her screen identity for The Lucy Show, portraying a single woman, while maintaining absolute creative dominance as a studio head. She continued her long-time professional relationship with Vivian Vance, even as the industry began to shift around them in the 60s. Behind the scenes, Ball paid a heavy price for this fame, navigating deep loneliness and becoming known as a notoriously demanding and difficult perfectionist. While the public fell in love with a character who seemed to lose control, it was Lucille Ball's relentlessness and discipline that perfected the techniques and business models of the American sitcom.